Hello everyone. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for joining our webinar named Improve Security and Customer Communication with Mobile Messaging. My name is Ivan Karamatić, and I'll do my best to cover all the aspects that we believe are important to consider when choosing a messaging provider. So, I hope everyone is feeling comfortable. I hope that you can hear me clearly, that the audio is clear. If some technical difficulties appear in the middle of the webinar, especially the ones that I am not aware of, feel free to shout and I'll get right on it. Before we dig deeper into the range of messaging options, let's start off with some of the benefits of SMS messaging. I'm sure we're all aware of most of them, but let's just go through them quickly so we can set the mood for the rest of the webinar. So the first big benefit that pops to mind when thinking about SMS messaging is reach. SMS has been and still is the only messaging standard available on all mobile phones. And I believe this is a huge thing. If you want to be sure that all of your recipients will receive a message, you'll go with SMS. Next one, equally important, is instant delivery. Depending on the quality of your provider, SMS messages are delivered in the matter of seconds after you have submitted them. So again, when it comes to time-critical information, let's say use cases such as one-time PIN or balance changes or weather notification and things like this, SMS is also a channel of preference. Moving on next, high open rate. I'd like to ask everyone to think a little bit if you remember ever receiving an SMS without reading it. Think about it. Maybe a couple of you have, maybe a couple of messages, but the researchers are showing that 99% of all received messages are read. And on top of that, 90% of them are read within 5 minutes. Flexibility. One SMS is 160 characters long, which I believe any good marketer will tell you is more than enough to convey an effective marketing message. If needed, you can send longer messages, which is used by sending multiple messages combined into one. It is also possible to send SMS with an alphanumeric sender, or you can send with a numeric sender. Numeric senders can be a long code or a short code, which then allows you to have a two-way possibility with SMS. There's also option of sending flash SMS, which is a little bit different than your regular SMS. It just appears on the screen of the phone and it doesn't get stored in your inbox. And the last but not least benefit that we've added is green. Yes, SMS is good for the environment. So, after observing all of these benefits, I think you can agree that it comes as no surprise that companies around the world are using SMS very extensively. Even though the arrival of various messaging applications resulted in person-to-person messaging to drop over the years, the fact is that A2P messaging is higher than ever and is still on the rise. Even these OTT players, these messaging apps that I mentioned, even they need SMS in order to verify users' phone numbers when the app is installed. Here on this screen, you can see Porsche's forecast for the upcoming 3 years, and it's pretty much evident that A2P messaging will keep on rising. Now then, after we've refreshed our knowledge on SMS as a service, let's talk a little bit about the players in the market that solely exist to provide you with messaging possibilities. A2P messaging platforms. A2P messaging platforms are a combination of telecom and internet technologies. They are created to give you the possibility of terminating SMS to whichever part of the world that they have coverage in. So, in a sense, they are global platforms used by businessmen and organizations to communicate with their customers, to send notifications or alerts, to interact with them in a bigger sense, to build engagement and loyalty with their customers. So there's a big chance that you've also received an A2P message. For example, you might have received a one-time PIN code when you logged into some of the well-known social websites, or you might have received a balance notification sent by a bank, or you have received, let's say, an SMS reservation confirmation from an airline. Similar use cases like this. So all of these messages were sent to you from different applications through a professional SMS platform. Moving on to the transparency of the A2P messaging platforms. Here at Infobip, we want to achieve that our clients feel our platform as their own. This means exposing complete live metrics, full insight, full quality control, and of course, self-service at any point where that is possible. Moving on to the examples. Here you can see some of the examples of performance parameters that we believe should be transparent to anyone dealing with professional messaging platforms. So let's start off with the first one, submit speed. This is a very important parameter. This shows how quickly the submitted messages are being processed. Submits that are queued, moving on next. This is a way of seeing the number of transactions waiting to be processed. Queued delivery reports. So for every SMS delivery, an SMS platform should, in a timely manner, provide the information if the message was delivered or not, and as well the potential reason of why it hasn't been delivered. This shows the number of these informations waiting to be communicated back to the client. And lastly, latency. When it comes to our messaging platform at Infobip, these three things are let's say, pillars of development. First of all, synergy with other mobile channels, which I will talk a little bit more in the next slide. And then meaningful analytics. Analytics should be straight to the point. They should be easy to comprehend. They should have context. And very important, they should be instant and live. Thirdly, user experience. All of this that we've mentioned before, the complexity of SMS campaign creation, the analytics, the role management, all of this needs to be provided through a seamless interface. This have been and will be our guidelines for providing you with best possible tools for professional messaging usage. When moving on to mobile synergy, again, when talking about mobile synergy, a couple of things to have in mind. SMS channels should be combined with other communication channels such as push notifications, USSD, and voice calls as well. There should be one single access point of using all of these channels. That way you can produce a more cohesive campaign that can be equally communicated through all of these channels that I mentioned. Effectiveness in a way that you can choose the most effective engagement channel based on the preferences of your subscriber. And lastly, I'm sure we can all agree, very important one, cost optimization, which would mean choosing the optimal channel or channel combinations to cut costs and improve performance. Here on this screen, you can see how mobile synergy can be managed over our interface. In the top corner, you see that the first step should be obviously choosing the contacts to which you want to send messages. These can be predefined groups that you have. This can be a list of contacts, or you can also upload a file. It can be Excel sheet or CSV, any kind. And then after that, after you have chosen the contacts to which you want to send this campaign, after that you have to choose which channels do you want to use. And on top of that, not only which channels do you want to use, also which priority the sending will happen. So in this example, you see Infobip push is chosen as a first channel, and then after that SMS. So that would mean to those contacts that you have chosen, we will firstly try to send push notification. If the users don't have online connectivity at the moment, we will fall back with an SMS. So in the same place, you can edit both options for sending a push notification or for sending an SMS. And on top of that, before you even start sending the campaign, on the right side of the screen, you can see the job before it's being even processed. You can see the amount of messages that will estimate to be sent, and importantly, the cost estimation as well. Moving on next. After you have sent a campaign, and let's imagine you are requesting you're creating conversation, you're requesting feedbacks from your clients. This interface, this analytics part of your campaign shows you a lot of information of what your customers are responding. You can see the percentages of every response for every question, and very importantly, you can extract the list of people that have responded a certain way. This allows you to, in a way, build big data on your customers to profile your subscribers, so you can later on target them with different campaigns. And very important part, analytics. Our analytics, what we are gaining for is they have to be real-time, very quick. It has to be detailed, available on the fly. And here you can see an example that we give you information such as industry average compared to your delivery average rate. So you can see how your delivery time and delivery rate stands up or stacks up next to the industry average. And it's not just adding numbers, it's also adding context to the numbers. Metrics. So we give you actionable metrics. We give you context to your metrics to give you an example how you want to react based on those metrics. We give you comparison with industry average, and we also give tips on how to improve performance and optimize costs. Also, a couple of examples, maybe you can set different alerts and notification based on the threshold that you have set. So let's imagine to a certain country you have set the threshold that if the delivery rate drops under 90%, send me an SMS or an email notification. So this allows you to be very flexible about alerting that you want to receive. You can edit it on your own. And as well, when it comes to reporting options, when it comes to pie charts, graphs, and line charts, you also have the option of choosing which out of these is the best way for you to see your reports. User experience. Based on the examples that I've showed you, the screenshots of our panel, you can see that we're aiming for a clean and light interface. And also, as I mentioned, we are aiming for a single interface that will combine all of our channels into one. Because this is the trend of the market as well. Professional messaging platforms are growing. They're being more complex in terms of the backend. There's more solutions of engaging, there's more channels, but front-end complexity is reducing. So even though the solution is getting more and more complex, our idea is always to provide the most simple and most clean interface so you can easily manage it. Now, I'll go a little bit about Infobip and about the company that is providing you with all of these possible solutions. Infobip is a global messaging and payment services provider. Our mobile services create an ecosystem where from one side we offer a lot of solutions to our enterprise clients, our developers. These solutions can be API connectivity, they can be front-end interface, various kind for two-way messaging or for one-way, all bundled up into one. And also we provide with solutions that can be integrated at the client's premises, solutions that connects to the client's database for triggered messaging. We are associate member of GSMA, MMA, and MOBI Forum, and very important to add that we have ISO 9001 and ISO 27001 and PCI DSS certification, which in our, let's say, industry, it's not very common sense. So all of these years, we are working very hard on our security of our platform, and we have been rewarded with certifications that I just mentioned. A little bit about our facts. We have more than 600 employees, and out of those 600 employees, nearly 70% of those are engineers. We have 34 offices worldwide, and in 2014, we have built more than 20 billion transactions. When it comes to unique numbers, a little interesting info that might be of interest to you is that our services in 2014 have reached more than a quarter of world's population. We have more than 150,000 business accounts covering pretty much the entire world. And very important for us, we have built very good operator partnerships with more than 300 operators. When it comes to services that we offer are obviously SMS, number context, voice, USSD, and mobile payments. As well, we are offering push notifications in a matter of our app engagement platform. For you that have, let's say, extensive applications for sending of SMS, we offer APIs and protocols so you can easily integrate to our platform. If the only thing needed is connectivity, our APIs are exposed, and the ways of integration with Infobip are various. Also, I mentioned enterprise products, so we offer solutions that can be integrated with the client at the client's premises. It could be integration with the client's database. 24/7 technical support, multi-language. As you saw, we have 34 offices around the world, so we are awake all the time. Whenever you contact us, we have strict SLAs. We will respond in a matter of minutes, and all of our services and everything that is connected to delivery rates, to the quickness, this is all guaranteed by strict SLAs. So when choosing a messaging provider, I would recommend firstly investigating all the needs your use case requires, and then pushing for that extra value that will give your business a competitive edge. Luckily, Infobip is a very flexible company. The sheer number of engineers that we have allows us to be one. So feel free to share your needs with us. I'm very confident we'll come up with an optimal solution for your business case. Okay, that concludes the presentation part of this webinar. Now we want to hear a little bit from you. Couple of questions also. Okay, I see we have a lot of questions. Let's go with the first one. What is that? Do you offer white labeled solutions? Okay. Yes, we do offer white label solutions. To be more specific, our solution called Works, which is our front-end panel, can be white labeled. To be more precise, you can edit your own logo. You can put it on your personal URL, and very importantly, it can be resold. So we have a reselling option of our front-end panel, and it includes a reseller panel, which allows you to manage your sub-accounts. Moving on next. Let me see. What is the first step in testing your services? The first step, I mean, it's very quick. It's very fast. We will contact you. Our representative can contact you. We will provide you with test credits. No matter the way you want to connect to Infobip, whether if it's a front-end panel that you want to use to see our coverage, or you want to connect to us with API, we will provide you with the username and password. We'll give you some testing credits, and you can test the global reach of our company. You can test the delivery rates and everything else. Next one we have maybe for one or two more. We are looking to extend our services to other markets. What should we keep in mind before sending? My advice when extending your services to other markets is firstly to see the regulations of the market. And this is somewhere also where Infobip can jump in. We have our sales force across the entire world, 34 offices, and they are very well acquainted with the local regulations. So if you have any questions, our sales representative will contact you, and that's it. Maybe we have one more. Okay, we have another question regarding mobile payment availability in Ghana. I'm going to have to get back to you on that one. I'm not really sure. One of our mobile payment sales people will contact you very shortly after the presentation. Hi, are you able to deliver SMS to USA and Canada? Would you let me know what is the % of delivered SMS? Yes, we offer full coverage of SMS to USA and Canada, and when it comes to exact percentage of delivery, I will I will let our sales people from the US to contact you regarding that one. Okay. What? Hi Ivan, what option? Okay, let's go with this one as well. Hi Ivan, what options do you offer for opt-out? Okay, so you know that SMS is a two-way service. So when sending a campaign, rather is if it's from a short numeric sender or a long numeric sender, you can edit opt-out keywords such as stop, which our system will recognize if anyone responding to that message with stop will remove them from the list of sending. If you are using an alphanumeric sender to send these campaigns, then in the text you would have to provide users with the phone number that they could reach by sending stop or cancel, that they could respond to in order to opt themselves out from the campaign. In any case, this is the service that we offer. We have many SMS campaigns are being provided by our platform, so opt-out possibilities are okay. That's about it. We're not going to be able to respond. We see a lot of questions. We're not going to be able to respond to all of them, but to each and every one of you that have asked a question, we will reach back after the webinar. We will get our sales and engineers, especially for that specific markets that you are. I see that a lot of questions are very specific about specific markets, and we will have our sales people from those markets to contact you and let you know the response. Okay. I would like to thank everyone for joining our webinar. I hope some insights that we provided were useful. If you think of any other question that you might not have asked during the webinar, please contact info@infobip.com and we'll be quick with our response. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.